Hapong ito. Well, of course, our visitor this afternoon is not, of course, just an ordinary Australian. For me, he is a special Australian because he involved or partake the Australian culture to the Filipinos in the Philippines, isn't it? And ladies and gentlemen, nasa apong ito, gusto ko ipakilala sa inyo, walang iba. Ang pangalan niya is Derek. Good afternoon to you, Derek.
Good afternoon, Andy.
Okay, let's go to the topic while we are here. I believe that Derek is the one who brought Australian rules in the Philippines. Is that correct?
That's right, yes. And a friend of mine came up with the idea of trying to teach Filipinos how to play what we believe is the best game in the world.
Okay, I wouldn't argue with that. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Now, how did it come about?
Well, we were just a friend of mine and I were sitting down one day having a couple of beers, as you do, and we were watching Aussie Rules on the TV in the Philippines, in Manila. And, we came up with the idea of trying to get a team together so we could play some football because, obviously, as an expat, there's a few things you miss about Australia, and one of those was playing football. So we thought we'd contact all of our friends, Aussie friends, just to start with, and see if they'd be interested in trying to get a team together. And one thing led to another, and we've pretty much been playing ever since, and that was in 2004. So.
And of all the things that you could bring from Australia to the Philippines, why football?
Well, to answer the first question, I mean, I initially went there for work to the Philippines. A job came up. Obviously, being married to a Filipino, I'd been there a couple of times, loved the country, and was looking for opportunities to actually work there. So I went there for work initially, and then as a consequence of that, as I mentioned before, a friend of mine and I got together, thought we'd try and start an Aussie Rules team in Manila, and with the ultimate objective of trying to teach Filipinos how to play Aussie Rules. So that's how it all came about.
How did the Filipinos receive that?
Well, we were actually quite lucky because one of the first Filipinos that we got involved was a member of Nomads, and Nomads, they play soccer, they play rugby. So
and polo.
Not at Nomads.
Okay,
that's separate.
Okay.
But a few of the guys there, and Richie Amaral, our first Filipino player, he was playing rugby at the time, and he was a little bit disillusioned with the rugby sort of culture because they tend to be pretty wild.
Yeah.
And so do Aussie Rules, but I mean, we're pretty tame compared to the rugby guys. So he was looking for a different challenge, and so I met him through my wife, and I suggested he come down and learn how to play Aussie Rules. So he got involved with it, he loved it, and through him he sort of introduced a few more Filipinos. So, you know, we're gradually sort of getting Filipinos involved.
Yeah. You yourself, Derek, were you like playing professionally before, or
No.
like what level?
That's the ironic thing, Andy, is that I actually only played sort of competitive football till I was like 11 or 12 years old.
Okay, but it's in you already, so.
Yeah, I mean, I love football, absolutely love it. But the problem, I guess, with most expats is that they're pretty busy. Most people don't like going to the gym. So we're sort of looking for an alternative to try and sort of keep fit. So that was also part of the motivation for getting it going. So, so ironically, I guess you can say I started playing football at like the age of 34.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that. And you see, Termela?
Yeah, I have a question about, because when Filipinos come over here in Australia and then they watch football, they enjoy it, you know. But do you think that game really has a chance in the Filipino culture?
It's a very good question, and it's actually a pretty big problem with the AFL is that it's only played in Australia in terms of professionally. There's teams in Hong Kong, Singapore, Thailand, Germany, Denmark, even in the USA. There's like a couple of big leagues over there, but it's not professional. So we don't really intend to make it professional in the Philippines. We're pretty much, like I said, doing it as
social,
fun and to keep fit and to have a bit of fun. But, if we can somehow breed a Filipino that ends up migrating to Australia and ends up playing Aussie Rules and say that he learns it through playing with PAFL, that would be an awesome achievement.
Good.
Yeah.
That is the same as other players or people that are being trained in Fiji or other islands that are around Australia,
That's
and
right.
they're ending up like playing here, isn't it?
Yes. The problem is though that the AFL, like I said, it's a bit of a catch-22. The AFL need more people to come into the league to train people up and create the enough players to support the league. But also on the other hand, they're not really willing to financially support burgeoning clubs like us or some of the others in the US or around the world.
You know what? Because what I was thinking is that Filipinos are afraid to get hurt. You know, I think they're very fragile.
Yes.
So, and when they watch Aussie Rules, they might get scared. So, I can't see Filipinos playing football.
If they see us play, they won't get scared. Believe me, because we're not as quick and hard and as strong as what you see on the TV.
Okay, but the other question I wanted to know, because there will be some, I know there will be some Filipinos married to Australians who would like to bring their family over there and for holidays, and they'd like to, socialize and probably play football with you guys. Is there such a thing as they can interact with you or socialize with you? How do they do that?
Yeah, definitely. Our league is open to anybody. There's no prerequisites. We don't care how old you are, how young you are, how fit you are, whether you've played footy or not. Everybody is welcome. We actually do have guys who have played footy in other parts of the world and sort of look us up, and then they come along, and if they're in town for the weekend, they'll come and have a game with us. So it's like I said, it's actually quite social. But our website, which is www.pafl.com.ph, has everything about what you need to know about Aussie Rules in the Philippines, our schedule, the whole lot. There's phone numbers and there's email addresses available through the website.
Well, anyway, going back to Derek. Okay, Derek, what's your intention in the long run for this club? You call this as PAFL,
Yes.
Philippine Australian Football League, is that right?
Nakakatuwa. I really enjoy, it touches me when I hear Philippine Australian Football League playing Aussie rules.
Yeah. I don't think a lot of people expect it, and it's actually helped us gain some popularity because people don't sort of normally associate Aussie rules with the Philippines.
But AFL is being shown in the Philippines as well.
Yeah, we get Australia Network, which is a sort of conglomerate of various stations, Channel 7, Channel 9, ABC.
ABC.
So we get to see a lot of Australian programs, and they play the football. Our club it's really progressed. Like, we started in 2004, and it's really developed into a very social environment. So we actually have a few social events as well. So it's not all just football. We actually, we have barbecues, we have an awards night, we have
this is in the Philippines.
Yeah.
That's in the Philippines. That's really nice.
Who finance these things?
We're sponsorship pretty much. We are incorporated, so we're a not-for-profit organisation. We're fully registered. But we have membership, of course, so you pay to be a member. It's only like, 3,000 pesos for a family, so it's like $75. So it's
sorry, what about for the people who's just visiting?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, you don't have to be a member to participate.
Okay.
Once again, through our website, we've put a lot of effort into our website, and we keep it up to date. It's updated weekly.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, so we like to, because once again, people are travelling and so on. They need to be able to jump on the website and have a look at what's going on, what our events are. We'll probably actually have a meeting in the next month or two where we'll actually start to plan out our calendar for next year.
Yeah, since PAFL is based in the Philippines, do you have also an officer or a group here, or is it extended here? Like all the expats that came back here, are they still active as PAFL members?
Not here, but for example, if they come back to the Philippines, they come and play with us, or if we've got a social event, they'll come along. But we actually have a tournament that we run on the last Saturday of May every year, which is called the Manila Cup.
Wow.
How prestigious is that?
Yeah, right.
And it's a 12-a-side competition. So as you may be aware, Aussie rules is 18 players a side.
Yeah, you just make it tiny.
Yeah, so we modify it and we make it 12-a-side, and we open it up to any team anywhere around the world that wants to come and participate.
Yeah.
So
Thank you very much,
Thank you so
Derek, for
much.
visiting us here.
sige, walang problema.
Walang problema.
Ayan.
Enjoy your